Alright, hello and welcome to the EVSE family channel. It's been a while, so if you maybe forgot or you're just finding this for the first time, please do subscribe. Trying to get back into a more regular pattern of posting here. But today we are actually going to be heading off in a dual EV adventure. So we'll be taking our Rivian R1S as well as our Chevy Equinox EV down the shore, as they say, and enjoying what I think is one of the best parts of living here in New Jersey, that we've got access to, you know, such a nice, long, rich selection of beautiful New Jersey shore, coast and beaches. So we're gonna be heading basically all the way down New Jersey to Stone Harbor, which is almost as far as you can go. And exit, I guess technically it's exit 0. I don't know. We'll see as we go. But we're gonna head down there. It is hot and sticky here, and I cannot wait to get to some nice breezy sea weather. And no better way to do it than in both of our EVs.
That's right.
Yeah, all right, here we go. We are off. Windshield wipers going. And Chevy 2.
Although I'm gonna put the number, but it says 3 hours to get there.
Yes.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Yep, 3 hours exactly. There they go.
Oh, exactly.
Oh. We have too many bikes for all of us. Okie dokie, so we've got 3 hours of driving, 152 miles, so that's not super promising about our speeds, but
3 hours.
whatever, I suppose. And yeah, so we're gonna stay in all-purpose the whole time because we've been using Conserve a lot for these road trips, and we just crossed only 25,000 miles in here and needed to replace our front 2 tires because they were down to less than a 32nd of tread. So, and they said that, you know, that was most likely due to using Conserve mode a lot, which only powers the front wheels. So, we're gonna try to keep things a little bit more even here, you know, for a while here in the Rivian, unless we really need it. And yeah, so this trip, basically we are heading down to the shore for a week. Then one of us, probably me, will be taking the twins out to Westchester, Pennsylvania, outside of Philly, for a hockey tournament. And then the other 2 will be coming kind of through the weekend, in the middle of the weekend, to meet us there. So we're gonna have a lot of driving and need to try to find some ways to get the car as powered as possible. Might involve some charging along the way. Probably when we're going to Pennsylvania, I think we're gonna need it because even best case scenario, if this house has like a 110 outlet or something we can charge off of, you know, even over the course of a week, we're probably only gonna get like maybe like 10% or so from that. It just goes, you know, so slow trickle charging like that that I don't think that's gonna be our best bet. So yeah, that's the overall plan. Yeah, we'll get going. Alright, so one of the things I do love best here in our R1S is this huge, expansive, panoramic sunroof, right? You get such a nice view out of here, especially on nice days. You know, get that sun above you and stuff, but when that sun is out, it can absolutely cook in here. So today I've got something from one of the best, I'd say, supporters of our channel this entire time, Nivion, who makes awesome accessories for pretty much every EV now. We know them way back from when they started off with Tesla, but now they're making some of the best Rivian stuff out there, and even general things from that work in pretty much every car and EV. So let's get that installed and see how it helps us with this drive and kind of keeping the heat down on a hot, muggy, sunny day. All right, so you can see here, we've got our sunshade installed, and she's a beaut. Nice black here, and on the top it's got, you know, sort of that like foily look to help reflect the sun. So you do have an option in the newer Rivians to have the electrochromatic roof where you just push a button and it blacks out. But here in the older one, we don't have that, and if you want to save yourself a few $1,000s on the option, this is a great choice from Nivion. So I've got the code and link down below. Make sure to use my code because that'll help you save and help support the channel. And love the fit of this, super easy to install. It's just got these little, you know, kind of clips in it.
Daddy.
And then they just go right there. Oh,
Daddy.
Rivian.
Daddy. What's that up there?
That is our new sunshade. Keep the sun off of us. This is a hot drive, because it can definitely heat up in here when the sun is out. Luckily, we got a little bit of a cloudy day here, but especially being down at the beach, it's going to be hot, and we don't want the car to be an oven every time we get in it, so we'll be testing this out over the week for sure. All right, so let's compare and contrast the Rivian and the Equinox a little bit. Although I don't know which way they went, so we've already lost them about 2 minutes into the trip. But let's pretend we're racing against each other. So two big things already I've noticed that are different. So I mean, overall, we really like both vehicles. We don't really mind, you know, ending up with one versus the other. Although I will say, like, you know, the Rivian is a different class, and so it's generally our preferred one, especially when we're all loading up in here because we've got so much more room. But the Chevy's not bad either. Almost as comfortable, but definitely not as performant. And you know, the ride's not quite as nice in there. But still, nice car. But actually, one thing I've noticed that the Chevy is way better than the Rivian at is the coldness of the air conditioning and how fast it gets cold. You put that sucker on and it is just an immediate Arctic blast in your face, no matter how hot it is outside, how long the car's just been sitting in the sun. You just get cold air right away. Chevy and GM overall knows their stuff when it comes to climate control. It's not bad in here, just it definitely takes a bit longer for it to really get going, and especially just because of the size in here, and I think how much light gets in, heat comes with that, and so it just always seems like it's working harder to kind of cool things down in here. Now, I do have my nice cooled seat on in here, which we do not have in the Chevy, and that is definitely a nice option, and it helps keep things a bit more manageable. All right, and then other thing we've got here is we are driving here on, what do you call this in the Rivian? Highway assist. And it's fine. I mean, when you're on a road like this, you know, kind of a major highway, it'll work and be mapped. But the big limitation with this is that you can't use it everywhere. You can only use it on pre-mapped roads. The Chevy has got Super Cruise, which is kind of similar in its limitations, but I find it's actually available on more roads and like more, you know, even sort of back roads a little bit. And in 2026 models, you can actually just do like normal lane keeping with Super Cruise on any road, regardless of whether or not it's mapped. So the main difference there is that when it is a mapped one and you're on the true Super Cruise, it's actually 100% hands-free. So you need to have your attention on the road, of course, and it has you know, little bar up in the steering wheel that kind of tracks your eyes and makes sure that you're actually paying attention, but you don't have to have your hand on the wheel. Whereas here in the Rivian, you always need to have your hand on the wheel, and it'll like start yelling at you if you take it off a second. And Super Cruise will do automatic lane changes. That does not happen here in the Rivian, at least in the Gen 1 here. So there is a difference where Gen 2 Rivian vehicles have a more advanced driver assistance system, and in those, I believe, yeah, you can take your hands off if the road is mapped again, because they have a camera sensor up here to make sure you've got your eyes on the road. But yeah, here in Gen 1, we don't get that option and never will. And automatic lane changes, I think, also can be done in the Gen 2 systems, but not here in Gen 1. So instead, you have to just indicate, it'll kick off the system for a second, it lets you shift lanes, and then it'll turn back on, which was actually updated in a software version, I think like a year and a half ago. We didn't have it when we first got the car, and that has been a nice little quality of life improvement. But I do find that overall, the highway assist assistance in here just is not quite as good as the Super Cruise one. All right, about halfway point now. A little check-in. So we have got about an hour and a half left. Oops. And we have been in this just sort of slow traffic the whole time. I wouldn't say like totally stop and go, but just frustrating slow, where you get little brief glimpses of hope that you're going to be able to start finally going like the speed limit again, and then you just never do. So we are making it at 2.57 miles per kilowatt hour though, which is a nice bonus. So I think we're going to get there with more than 50% left still, which will be nice to have. And did I get to the other thing here? There we go. Yeah, so we've been averaging 46 miles per hour. Yuck.
Stop.
Long way to go still. But we're also just kind of getting constant regen. All right, one other nice difference here is the Rivian has definitely got a much nicer sound system than the Chevy. So, especially here on Apple Music with Dolby Atmos, it sounds great in here, and you get, you know, that kind of fully surround immersive sound, which is great. I know, you know, especially in this price range, there are some other vehicles, especially EVs, that have even better sound systems, but I really don't think this is bad, and we like rocking out in here. The Chevy, just a bit more, you know, tinny, kind of normal, plain, not that exciting sound system. At least there you do have, you have kind of everything except Apple Music, which is a bit of a bummer. But you've got YouTube Music in there and Sirius, and I do love Sirius. You've got that here, but you have to do it through like the connection, and then you need a separate subscription for this. So we just never do that. So we just do Apple Music, and it sounds good. All right, we just got off the highway. I forgot, this is exit 10, not 0, so we had a while to go still. But look, buzzes.
I can open my window.
And now the Equinox is like 3 cars behind us, so they managed to catch up through some of the traffic and stuff. We're about 10 minutes away now, and I would say ever since this got updated to use Google Maps in the last big software update a few weeks ago, the estimates for time and state of charge arrival have gotten much better. So you can see here we're projected to get there at 49% now, and when we started it's at like 51%, so not too much of a change. Previously you would often see like you know, these big swings of like 10 to 15%. But yeah, so we're at 50% now, and I'm just going another 4 miles, so I think 49% seems pretty realistic. Pretty realistic. And then take a look here. So we've gone almost 150 miles, average 53 miles per hour. So that second part, you know, we definitely picked up the pace a little bit more. And then, what was I say? Yeah, 2.48 miles per kilowatt hour. So those higher speeds affected that a little bit. We use 60 kilowatt hours. So really not too bad. But look at that, our elevation is 9 feet above sea level, which, yeah, seems pretty accurate. All right, almost there.
Daddy, this is
I do love Stone Harbor. So beautiful here. Such a great place to come with family too. Very kid-friendly and everything. It looks like everybody's here enjoying the place. It is hopping. Look at all the boat traffic. All right, we made it. We've arrived. Love it. Great drive yet again. Equinox hasn't quite made it here yet. I'm gonna check what their state of charge is when they get here, just to compare. But yeah, nice. Here we are, a little bit different part of Stone Harbor, but I mean, we're actually only like a street away from where we usually stay. But different house this time, and slightly different corner of the beach, I guess. Should be awesome. All right, they made it here. How was your drive, guys?
good.
Yeah? Did you have an enjoyable time?
Mm-hmm.
What exciting stuff happened?
We saw someone parachuting.
Oh, you did?
I mean, paragliding.
Yeah? Just here?
I can't remember.
Oh. Did you take a nap?
Huh?
Did you take a nap? Oh, let's see what they arrived here with. 48%, so they did about as well as us. Interesting. They must have had much better efficiency, because the, you know, both cars were charged to 100%, but there's way less range on this than the Rivian. Oh, I guess not that much, but in practice we usually don't get anywhere near that much. All right, I can't see that, but we'll check that efficiency in a little bit. Interesting. All right, well, there you have it. I am kind of shocked that the Chevy made it here with the same state of charge as the Rivian, but I guess it just shows you how important efficiency is. The Rivian's got a battery that is significantly bigger, yet we got here with the same percent left, so we'd theoretically be able to go, I guess, yeah, it should be like the same distance to 0, right? I don't know, I'm hot, my brain's not working. But yeah, anyway, with that, thanks so much for watching, and I'm sure we'll be bringing you some more parts of this adventure soon, but trying to keep this short and sweet. So, thanks, and we'll see you out there for another electric adventure soon.